Why don't we go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture? Take care to ensure, of course, that your spine is straight and relaxed. We're facing straight ahead with our head tilted slightly forward. Our hands are resting in our laps with our palms facing upwards. And if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and softly close your eyes. And to begin, I'd like you to please bring your awareness to the sensation of air moving across the tips of your nostrils as you inhale and exhale. You might observe cooler air entering as you inhale and slightly warmer, more moist air leaving as you exhale. Now is not the time to reflect on events that have occurred in the past. Those events cannot be changed, undone, or relived. Nor is this the time to speculate about events that may or may not occur in the future. The future is completely uncertain. Now is the time to be fully present here in this moment. Now is the time to give yourself permission to enjoy engaging in a practice that's going to bring you a peaceful mind and at the same time contribute to your experience of a peaceful world. And with that, I'd like you to please draw your awareness inside of your body and become aware of sensations. Sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. There's nothing to figure out. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, supple, non-conceptual state of awareness to emerge. In the entire universe, there is nothing more important that you could or should be doing than being here now, silently observing sensations within your inner body. To assist you in this practice, I would encourage you to allow yourself to be interested in these sensations. Develop a keen interest in the different sensations that you observe. You are not being asked to label or define these sensations. Just simply observe in a keenly interested way. In the entire universe, there is nothing more important that you could or should be doing than being here now, silently observing. To inform your meditation, you may find it beneficial to bring to mind the image of a mountain. The mountain is balanced, grounded, and stable. The mountain does have consciousness, and as such, you can know that all it does, day after day, year after year, is observe silently. Snow may fall on the mountain, accumulate, and then disappear. A nearby river may rise and then recede. A small animal may run across a fallen log and then jump into hiding. The mountain simply observes silently. No hope, no fear, no judgment, no expectation. Whether this meditation carries on for a few more moments or a few more weeks, be like a mountain, Even better, be a mountain as you silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. If you find that your mind has wandered from the object of your meditation, please gently and patiently bring your awareness back to your object of meditation, which are sensations within your inner body. And now, very gently, please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of your physical body and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of your body. Allow your consciousness to fill up the room that you're occupying. Allow your consciousness to fill up the space outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of nearby mountains, of nearby countries, of nearby continents, of nearby planets. And you can know that you are not these phenomena, nor are you separate from these phenomena. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings, without exception, have an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. With everyone's basic needs met, may they enter and progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete liberation from suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you. Welcome, Marta. And welcome to those who may be watching this meditation on the YouTube channel, on the recording. When I opened the meditation, Wendy and Don and I were the three who were here, and I asked them if they kind of wanted to focus on anything in particular or any aspects of their meditation practice that needed a little bit of special emphasis. And they bravely and openly said, having trouble keeping our minds focused on the object of meditation, it really tends to wander off to different things other than what I would like to be meditating on. And that's a really, really common experience. I had intended to talk about the first of what are called the three root delusions, deluded states of mind, confused states of mind that give rise to all of the difficulties that we experience in our lives. But I think maybe instead I'll offer some thoughts about ways that we might be able to empower ourselves a little bit to affect more focused meditation, be able to hold our object of meditation more clearly and for longer states of mind or longer periods of time. First of all, I want to share that a common share or experience for people who are just learning how to meditate is that not only that they have trouble holding the object of meditation, remaining focused on the object, but oftentimes people say, meditation is making my mind worse. It's not only is it not helping, but it's making it worse. My mind is so all over the place, and it's because of this meditation. Well, that might be the case. I think that more often it is that we're just now noticing how distracted and erratic and ungrounded our state of mind normally is, our normal state of mind is. It's not so much that it's getting worse usually, it's that we're just now noticing how unfocused and scattered it is. And that's a good thing. That is absolutely a sign of progress. So please don't be discouraged. It's kind of one of these things we might have to take what seems like a couple of steps backward before we can progress with our practice of meditation in particular and training the mind in general. So hang in there. Remember my friend Steve Anderson's admonition, loving admonition, is remember that it takes time. We've spent a lot of time living our lives with an unfocused mind. It takes time to retrain it and allow it to be focused. And it's worth the effort. It's worth the time and effort to accomplish that. So a couple of suggestions that I'd like to offer for your meditation that I found helpful in my years of practice. One is to maybe allow yourself a little bit more time for your meditation session. For those of us who are just getting started, as we stated in our meditation commitment, our agreement, most of us are meditating 10, 15, or 20 minutes a session. Maybe you should allow yourself to go beyond the time that you have allotted yourself, maybe 30 minutes. The reason I say this is because I have found that sometimes it can take 15 minutes for my mind to settle and become calm. Sometimes longer. Sometimes it doesn't settle at all. And that's sort of a different suggestion that I'm going to make, or a different practice. But the mind is where it is when we sit down to meditate. And sometimes it's just not feasible. It's just not in the cards for us to be able to sit down, settle into a comfortable meditation posture, spend a moment or two of our 15-minute meditation on bringing our awareness to the exhalation of the breath, and then spend the remaining 13 minutes on focused meditation. Sometimes our mind has other ideas, and it may be that we just sit patiently with our mind and give it the time it needs to settle. When there's sediment in water, there's no schedule for how long it takes that sediment to settle to the bottom of a riverbed, right? It just settles when it settles. The same with our mind and distracting thoughts. We can use different practices to try to encourage our mind to become more still and settled than it otherwise would be. But ultimately, there's no formula to this. And it might take allowing it, again, patiently allowing it 10, 15 minutes to settle. And then we have 10 or 15 minutes for focused practice. That I promise you with my teachers as my witnesses, that still happens to me. Sometimes I have to sit for 15 or 20 minutes running errands in my mind, or going through my to-do list, or whatever happened in the past, what happened in the future, until eventually, what it's like. Here's an analogy that's used. It's like a bucking bronco. A bucking bronco is like, bucking around in a corral, getting its frustrations out or whatever, getting its energy out. And sometimes you've just got to let that bronco buck until it's done bucking. And then it settles down and will do whatever bucking broncos do when they're not bucking around in a crazy way. Sometimes it's helpful to take that approach with our own mind too. Just let it buck itself out, and then get on to our focused practice. as I alluded to a minute ago, it may be that your mind, your bucking bronco mind, never settles or gets calm for the meditation session. It might be a 30-minute bucking fest, but that's okay. That's okay. I'd like you to ask yourself, what's more beneficial for me in this practice, in this session today, right now? Is it to do whatever I have to do to get my mind to calm down with an expectation of how I think my meditation practice, how I think my meditation session should go? Or is it to patiently accept where your meditation session is, accept where your mind is, patiently accept with equanimity whatever happens to be arising? I'm not saying that we should not apply any effort to try to control our mind and focus and bring it into stillness where we silently observe our object of meditation. But again, if it's not in our cards, then maybe our practice for that session is not focusing single-pointedly in perfect meditative equipoise on our object of meditation. Maybe our practice for that particular session is patiently accepting with equanimity where our mind happens to be. You'll find out the answer will reveal itself to you, I bet, with each session. So here's another technique. It's 10 o'clock, just another minute or two. Here's another technique that I have found effective. Mentally, and this takes practice, and it might sound a little bit weird, but try to mentally link your breath to your object of meditation. Okay? Mentally, this is an internal move, of course. Try to link your breath, both your inhalation and your exhalation, and the pauses between the inhalation and exhalation. Try to mentally link your breath to your object of meditation. You never stop breathing. Well, we might stop breathing in case that's a bit different, bigger fish to fry. But almost all the time, we never stop breathing. So if we can sort of mentally play with this, mentally link your breath, which you never stop doing, to your object of meditation, that linkage, I've found, enables me to hold my object of meditation better. You never stop breathing. Because your breath is now linked to your object of meditation, you never lose connection to your object of meditation because you never stop breathing. It's kind of a hard one to explain. The dots don't connect perfectly, but give it a try. Just experiment with it and see how it goes. And maybe you'll get some traction with that little technique. I've found it effective over the years. So thanks, you guys. Thank you for being here. 10:02. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you all on Friday. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.